When the left think of Donald Trump, they think of a racist. They think of someone that's dishonest. They think of someone who does not have a true concern for the American people.
Yeah.
What do you say to that, Vernon?
Well, let's everybody look at ourselves. Let's look across the board. We all have our prejudices, whether we want to admit it or not. We all have said things where we that we felt may not have been right. So I'm not defending President Trump. He can defend himself. I will say this. If David Dukes, the Klansman himself, were to run today as a Democrat, a lot of African Americans would vote for him. Why? Just because he has a D beside his name. Now, ironically, if Donald Trump himself changed parties and put a D beside his name, you would see blacks run behind him. Blacks are caught up on that mental, true plantation. White people do not call other white people sellouts based on what party they or person they support in a party. Why do we do that? We're the only ones that do that. We call a sellout, Uncle Tom, a coon. Why are we doing that to ourselves? It is sickening. It is just sickening. But that's that block. That's that slave mentality that we've been told by liberal whites, because they get blacks who are their agent provocateurs to attack blacks to keep us on the plantation. They don't want us thinking freely. They don't want us thinking independently. And so if black people truly are free, they can look, now wait a minute. I attended historical black college. What did Joe Biden do in 47 years and as vice president of historical black colleges? Okay, what did Donald Trump do? Well, he funded them and he wrote it into law. Okay, let's talk about prison reform. Again, Joe Biden, let me look at his record. Oh, he wrote the crime bill. Oh, it was Hillary Clinton, one of the Clintons, who said that black men were super predators. And they passed a bill that destroyed the black generation. Wait a minute now, here's Trump. He wrote the prison reform bill, the First Step Act, where he's letting a lot of these folks out due to what Joe Biden did. With the Opportunity Zone district that this president brought forth, that allows a lot of black communities that were designated because they were hit worse to be revitalized, allow even African Americans to invest and get tax breaks and create jobs and redevelop those communities. That is huge. Never has that happened before. And then he just came out with the Platinum Plan, where he's going to invest $500 billion in black businesses. Don't you know overnight how many jobs that black people will get and black businesses will expand or new ones will start? It's a big difference between being an entrepreneur and depending on the government or working at a job. When you're an entrepreneur, you create jobs. That has never even been discussed in the black community by a Democrat. White liberals push more for you to be on welfare. Here, this man talking about, let me get you a job. Let me help you create a business. And so if black people can just stop beating each other up, because on one hand you want to say we're not monolithic, that we all don't think alike. Well, then if we all don't think alike, then why are you beating me up because I don't think like you? Doesn't make any sense. I haven't received a dime from Trump and been promised a job. But if I'm black and I support a Republican, I must be getting paid. When it's the white liberals who are paying the black Democrats, they're the ones who are being paid. But they never say anything to them when they're on TV and say, well, wait a minute, you support Joe Biden. How much are they paying you? I tell you, ask Stacey Abrams how much money she received from presidential candidates for her organization. And see how many blacks have received money from Trump. It's not there. I am not trying to make someone vote Republican or Democrat. What I'm trying to say is, first of all, this is how I feel when I decide who I want to support. I have the right to do that. But at the same time, I just want people to just look both ways before they cross. Because if they start to peel this thing back, they'll see